when that round fires off, like, what do you see? You see all these people, you see everything. Conflicts at night, though, there's not nearly as much stuff moving about, right?
Yep.
It's way easier to start to pinpoint and locate, like, hey, that round came from that direction,
Yeah.
and then we can start to deal with it. So,
Especially if you got night vision, you see a muzzle flash, like you're going to see a flash, and it might just at least be like, hey, at least
100%.
that general vicinity over there or something. Yeah.
But they didn't have night vision capability, at least not any scope of capability. They had some limited use case, but we really had the advantage of night. So I remember Buck Doyle was like, yeah, hey, we're going to take MSR mobile. We're going to do this route clearance. We're going to do it early in the morning. We're not going out at daybreak. And that's when it was scheduled. And that caused some problems.
I'm sure some people that are high up that don't understand like why you're doing what you're doing. Yeah.
And so they said, no, you're going out during the day. Well, midday, it was about 120 degrees Fahrenheit.
Christ.
And our Humvees stuck in a route clearance program where you're like, oh, we have a problem. Everybody's in a convoy. It's just idling. And they're not, they're not the best of the equipment. It's like refurbished basically 100 times. And even those, the Humvees that we had, they didn't have the big turbo diesel motors. They were just all this armor put on them, and they're just the V8s. And so, those motors weren't designed to be with all that armor. So
they just had been upgraded to armor because the soft armor was during like the first Battle of Fallujah.
Yeah. So we had hard armor on it, but the vehicles weren't designed to have all that weight. And so the transmissions, the cooling like everything about it was being taxed to the max.
Yeah.
So anyways, Sergeant Walsh's and Gunny Doyle's vehicle overheated. And so they had to rig for tow. So Sergeant Walsh got out of the vehicle and went to rig for tow. And when he stepped out of the vehicle, a sniper engaged Sergeant Walsh outside of the vehicle, striking him right at the top of his armor. I don't know if it ricocheted off of his rifle, but it hit him right in the neck.
Oh, Jesus.
And so that was one of the first times recon had suffered, 1st Recon Battalion, not just recon, but 1st Recon Battalion had suffered a casualty during the Iraq campaigns. And it hit us all really hard. Gunny Doyle was in the vehicle. He exited the vehicle, went to retrieve Sergeant Walsh to get him behind cover, and then Gunny Doyle actually took several rounds as well, and then was able, with one arm and one leg functioning properly, was able to get Sergeant Walsh around and out of the line of fire. Corpsman came up, was able to, address the situation. Gunny was yelling, take care of Walsh, take care of Walsh. And Corpsman had to break the news, like,